Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 22 of our All the Mod 6 to the Sky Let's Play series. Where today we have some stuff that we got to talk about real quick. So in between episodes, which if you don't know, I record all my episodes in batches. So I'll record a week's worth of episodes at a time because, well, I have to render them in 4K, and my upload speed is absolute butts. So it takes a while for everything to actually upload. So I do a whole batch, let it upload over a couple days. Bam. So it's been a week since I've actually recorded. So in between weeks or episodes for you guys, I reorganized our base a little bit here. As you can see, I've torn down our auto sieve section, our Obsidian producer and everything. And I've created ourselves some compact machines. If we go downstairs, you'll see that I have our mystical agriculture stuff still set up here. I have, I expanded both of our farms. So this is the farm that I had prior. I just, filled out every section with its respective seed as I grew them, set up our item collector and all that stuff, and we're producing all of our essences. And you're going to see the particle effects because underneath, if we drop down here, I did set up pedestals below with the fertilizer. Same thing on this side. So we have the pedestals fertilizing their respective 3x3 section here. And yeah, it's working pretty great. We're actually getting quite a bit of essence for everything. I've emptied this diamond chest twice now for the nature essence and stuff, and the inferium essence I've done it like once. So we have that over here, and then, we have room for expansion as needed. You also see our latex processing machine is gone because it's gone up into a compact machine. So yeah, let's go talk about those compact machines. Let me put this junk away. Also, great recipe for essence. I need to teach the system how to make this because it just makes 16 oak logs. No longer do we have to worry about wood. But yeah, okay, so last episode, you guys saw the refined storage system. So we have this set up here. I went ahead and made a crafting monitor so I can monitor our crafts along with our patterns. And real quick, since we are here, I'm going to teach the system that oak logs, I forgot that we have to press R. Oak logs equals that recipe. So let's just drop those in here. I have filled out our crafter, with a bunch of things, and we'll talk about why. But we set up auto crafting for all of our, our basic refined storage stuff, some of our thermal stuff, just some basics, all of our pipes and things like that. And then we have our wireless transmitters for our network transmitters for each of our compact machines. Oh, also, by the way, let me see here. In the comments for one of my episodes, Oddlike7, thank you, asked if marble pillars were in the pack, and that reminded me I never looked for pillars when I was looking for pedestals. I was looking for pedestals. Didn't think about looking for pillars, so I did a search for pillars. Found these cut quartz pillars. They're not too terrible to make. You just need a block of quartz. Cut quartz pillars. Yeah, you just need a block of quartz, and bam, good to go. So yeah, cut quartz pillars, pretty nifty. Yeah, anyway, so we have lava power. We've seen this. This is all working as is, as it was before. I set up our auto sieves in this one. Same process as before, though I moved these guys to the front instead of being in the back, just to condense it down a little. And I have everything, routing into the interface here. And on the interface, we have stack and speed upgrades. I just threw everything in there just to, be efficient, I guess, safe with everything. But yeah, it's pretty much the same process that it was all before. What else? That was auto sieves. Our storage and automations, that is where I put our refined storage system. On each of these, I did go and upgrade to a void upgrade and a storage upgrade ×8, which is the storage upgrade 3. So each of these will hold like 16,000 of their respective items, maybe even more, before they start voiding anything out. And if we need to upgrade those to a different tier, we can. It's not too difficult. Compacting storage doors, it was brought up to me in the comments a while ago, and I should have saved it. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Bear with me if I can't find it soon. I get a lot of comments, and I appreciate that. Absolutely. Fantastic. Please continue to comment on the videos. I interact as best I can. We can talk, we can chat, and all that good stuff. Anyway, Stephen Wolf, thank you for your comment. You mentioned that with our drawers, because if you remember with our drawers, I put the iron nuggets in, and then we were getting iron nuggets. Iron nuggets were here. Iron ingots were here. Iron blocks were here, and then it was giving me the compressed iron block, which is not what I want. I want the nuggets, ingot, regular iron block. So his suggestion was to put an ingot in first, and then the ingot will, go up its chain, and it worked. So I went and fixed all of our metals that were, doing the compressed blocks. So I just grabbed the nugget, put it in, bam, bam, and we're good to go. Pretty simple. And then I don't know what this trapdoor is doing here. It's probably during my experimenting. This is our Obsidian production. So we had an extra cobble gen from, I don't even remember where, but it's been sitting in our base. So I got that, producing into lava with a superheating element down here, going over into here, and then it's just producing obsidian for us. So we have obsidian. And again, that has a drawer. This is completely free, doesn't even use power to do anything. So great. And then I set up a trash can with just like, we're not using AE2, any of this stuff. So I had all this stuff being voided. One thing I wanted to look at though, and we do have a couple quests I finished apparently. I don't know what from. It looks like tech and resources. In the end game section, I just wanted to make sure. So our ultimate goal with this is to make all the mod star, this Patrick Star looking guy, which there is actually a Patrick Star here, which requires all of the concretes. I just want to make sure that there's no like applied energistic stuff that's needed for any of this. I don't believe there is. Yeah, you're anything here? Nope. Anything that would like, this is all tech stuff. So this is where you would think it would be. Yeah, this can use either applied energistics or refined storage disks. Yeah, so we don't need any of this stuff. So I just have it all being voided because it was clogging up our system. Like we had like, 4,000 of this skystone dust, which I don't need any of it. So, yeah. Yeah, well, look, we got a battery, which don't we already have a battery? Yeah, I do. So that was pointless. But hey, we got it. Yeah, so anyway, that's Obsidian production. If we go into what's next, thermal expansion, this is where all our thermal stuff is. And you'll see here, I also added the wireless transmitters to each one of these, so I have access to my system. And I taught the system how to make these. So it's actually, now that we have netherite available to us, this is not expensive at all. In a normal playthrough, netherite would be your limiting factor, but we get it from our sieves. So, so we have a setup here for all of our auto crafting. So this is a pulverizer, which is making us some dusts. We got our furnace, which smelts our stuff. We have an induction smelter, which makes our, our alloys. And then we have a multi-servo press. Specifically, this one has no plate inside of it because you can put a plate, like a gear plate, if you want to make gears and stuff like that. That's making us electrum plates right now because we need them for one of these guys. I can't remember what it is. It's either the reinforced integral components or the flux linkage amplifiers. One of those required that. So, and then this is our auto smelting setup that we have. I did go ahead and switch over to the auto compressor from Xcompressum, mainly because it's easy to set up. You just pipe all your pieces into it and you don't have to worry about it. So we have all of this set up here. I don't know why these two are like not stacking together, but whatever. But yeah, so your pieces just pump into here. As soon as they're ready to, it hits 4, it'll process, exports into here, does its thing, exports into here. And we're still going to have to deal with this chest manually for a while until we switch over to mechanism for our processing. But honestly, this works fairly decently, so I'm not in any rush. And ore doubling when we have infinite resources is like, do we need to get up to tripling and quadrupling? I don't know, because we literally have infinite. So yeah. And then lastly, industrial foregoing, we have our latex production. I tried to make this as compact as I possibly could, and I switched over to using pedestals instead of the cyclic block placer for the placing of the block, mainly because I can make it compact. And yeah, so what I did here, I also made the personal shrinking device, by the way. Super simple recipe. Just an ender pearl is all that it really needs. But what this guy does is, boop, shrinks you down. Makes you a little tiny little dude. Check it out. We're tiny. But it's perfect for, you know, situations like this where you have to get under here, because placing this exporter on here was impossible when we are full height. Ignore that this is doing this. It's because we are technically shifted underneath this block. Or we're technically crouching underneath this block, even though our player, look, he's actually is crouching because it's not enough height. Anyway, so on this exporter, I have a oak log set up, and what I want to do is create a crafting card. I did teach the system how to make the crafting upgrades, but I haven't done any of them yet. So let's go ahead and have it make one. But I wanted you guys to see, if you've never used a crafting upgrade from Refined Storage before, as far as I know, these are, I don't know if remember if these were in older packs, maybe. I don't remember, but they're fantastic. But a crafting upgrade, you put it into a machine, and it basically tells the machine, hey, you need to export oak logs. If you don't have any oak logs, go ahead and craft them using the recipe that we had just created 2 minutes ago in our pattern. Create the oak logs that you need to put into this drawer, or well, to do the export, and then it's going to export into whatever inventory you have it attached to. This drawer is set for oak logs, and if we look inside of it, I have a storage downgrade in it. This way, this oak drawer is only going to hold 64 oak logs. Normally, it would be 2,048, but we have the downgrade. It reduces its storage to a single stack, so we can only have one stack inside of there, because we don't need this, you know, we don't need a ton of oak logs just sitting here for no reason. So let's fly out of here, bigify ourselves. And then we can go ahead and close that off. I left it open so I could show you all that. Anyway, so that gets pulled into this pedestal, which then sends to this pedestal, which has a block placer upgrade on it. And then the block placer places below the pedestal. So it just boop, places the oak log there, and we're good to go. And then the rest of this is pretty much the same. I just compacted it a bit. So we have our sink here. Our latex processing unit I set to pull from the back, because if you didn't know, the industrial foregoing machines do have the ability to pull and push, so you don't have to hook up a pipe. If you have an inventory attached to it, you can pull directly into the industrial foregoing machine, which is actually pretty nice. That was not available in 1.12, if I'm remembering correctly. So anyway, so I have it set to pull the water, and I have the latex set to a enabled. It doesn't need a pull because the pipes themselves are doing the pulling for that. And then the output is going to push to the right, which is the crafter, which is going to craft the tiny dry rubber. And then I have this guy set to auto input to the right, or to the left, and then output to the back. So he does his plastic thing. And then we have an exporter, or an importer right there. And the top needs to be reset. I was using the top because I didn't realize that the redstone furnace can actually pull as well. So, or at least that this would act as an inventory, but it does. And then we have our fluid tanks just set up here for us, ready to go. It's full now, and eventually we are going to switch this over to an ender tank and get fluid storage set up in our storage area. But that is for another episode. Very soon, though, we need blaze rods in order to do that, which we are going to be going into the nether this week. And then lastly, we have our dissolution chamber set up for auto crafting. I don't have any crafts in here as of yet because we don't have the fluid being handled. So I don't want to set up any auto crafting. But once we get the fluid processed, we're good to go. Also, you'll see I have a Totem of Undying in my inventory. I got that. There was a trader, one of the wandering traders, that just happened to be selling it for like 3 emeralds. So or maybe it was 16 emeralds. Well, whatever it was, we had plenty of them. So I'm like, hey, why not just buy a Totem of Undying, even if I don't need it for death, because yeah, we may not need it for our death. We'll need it for crafting eventually. It makes stuff, Archmage Spellbook for Ars Nouveau, a soul receptacle. Yeah, things like that. Also, you're going to notice here my experience bar shows that I don't have any levels. I do. Apparently, it's a bug where you just lose your levels and you got to gain experience in order to get levels. So we'll deal with that. I don't need it right now, so we'll deal with that when the time comes to get our levels back. Let me go ahead and break this sugarcane bamboo, which I really don't know if we need the bamboo anymore, but it's there if we do. The sugarcane is handy though, because it makes paper. Anyway, so all of that being said, what's next? A couple things. I need to start getting into witch water. Prior to this, the way I made slimes was coming in here and standing in here and then, you know, just basically killing myself to get congealed blood. I didn't realize that slimes, you can make slime blocks with witch water. Witch water has been something that I've been wanting to get into, not usage, recipe. Yeah, witch water and a mushroom make slime blocks. And we have mushrooms because that's how we got into Botania. We can make mushrooms, and now we can make mushrooms really easy because we have nature essence and all that stuff. So yeah, we need to get witch water set up. And we need to get it set up so that we can automate it. How are we going to automate it is the question that I don't have an answer to just yet. My idea is because witch water is used to make soul sand, and I want to automate soul sand so that we can get it set up in our auto sieve area, which is here, so that we can, you know, be sieving soul sand just like we have here. I want to have soul sand produced, pumped into the hammer, and then do the thing for it, because that's going to get us gas tiers and more quartz too. Which, I mean, do we need more quartz? Not necessarily, but it's always good to have. So I want to get it automated. I'm just trying to figure out in my brain how, because here's what happens. Okay, the way that you make it is you have a barrel and you have sand. That's how you make soul sand. So if we have our barrel and we put, you know, it's got to sit on mycelium, which we can make. You get dirt with ancient spores that will make your mycelium. And then you put water in here and it'll convert it over to witch water. However, if it's converting and we pump sand into this, it will not convert over to witch water. It's going to, as far as I know, it's not going to. I haven't actually tested it out, but what I understand is that it's going to convert the witch water into, what's that called? Seawater, because the water is going to take the sand first. Is what I'm saying making sense? I feel like I'm struggling to explain this, but we'll just demonstrate to make it a little bit easier. So what we want to do is we want to take this ancient spore, and we're going to take these. Ancient spores are got, by the way, by sieving dirt, and you have a 5% chance of getting ancient spores. Pretty easy. But you just right click on there. Now you have mycelium. Put your barrel on top, and then if we get a bucket, look, you can see I've already tried this because I have seawater, but I haven't tried automating it. So we take our bucket, and what I want to do first is set up the hopper, right? So let's set the hopper up on top of this, and let's put this piece of sand in there, okay? The sand's not going to go in there at all right now because there's nothing to go into. If I put this water in here, though, what is going to happen first? Is it going to convert to witch water first, or is it going to convert to sand, or do the seawater thing first? Oh, it did soul sand. Okay. Maybe my concerns were irrelevant. We can do that. I love this recipe. Let's go real quick. We're going to teach the system how to make sinks because we're going to use sinks. So let's go ahead and a sink. The recipe for a water bucket is this. And then you are this. So both of you go into our crafters, and then we need terracotta, which is going to be a smelting recipe here. And then to make clay, we need to automate clay production too, but that will be some other episode. We're going to have to figure out how to automate clay as well. It should be easy. I mean, we have dust. I have, you know, 1200 dust. I could just convert all that to clay and we would never need clay again, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, so there's the terracotta. So now if I request a sink, can you do it? Yes, because we have the clay available to us. So get the sink. It's going to go ahead and cook up the terracotta. So it's going to take a minute for that to happen. And honestly, I could have just moved the sink that we already had in existence, but you think of these things after you do the automations. It's just the way that it always works. And it's good to have ready to go. Okay, so if we take this sink and we set it up here with a fluid pipe and we say, hey, yeah, What I want to do is get more sand. So let's put like a stack of sand in here and do this. What are you going to do first? Is it going to continue to make soul sand? Because if that's the case, then this will actually work. And it looks like it is. Okay, so it looks like it prioritizes making witch water before it makes seawater. Then never mind. My concern for this was absolutely unwarranted. We can completely automate soul sand and witch water production. Yeah, I should have had no worry with this at all. Okay, so soul sand. This is a soul sand automation. Basically, what we need to do is go into our automations section, set this exact same thing up that I have here, but instead of hoppers, we're going to have a importer and an exporter. Import sand, export soul sand. Easy as that. Can I pick up this mycelium? Will you pick up as mycelium, or are you going to go as dirt? You went as dirt. That's okay. The ancient spores will spread if we need them for future. And I kind of want to... yeah, we should have this here. Let's put those away. And we should put this here and just have witch water being made. Let's grab our other sink that we have back here, which is actually in a very pretty inconvenient spot anyway, all the way back here. And you are the crusher upgrade, which honestly, we're not using you anymore, so you can go away too. Bam, bam. And you were our... You were making dirt? Is that correct? Yes. Yeah, you were our dirt production. I'd put compost in here. You would compost. Yeah, you don't need to exist anymore. We have nature seeds that do that for us. Cool. Okay. So that's that. Let's go ahead and set this guy up to be automated. We can put the sink here and then just get an item pipe. So that way we have automated witch water. Bam. You're going to make witch water. And then inside of our automations, which is storage and automations, we're going to set up soul sand production. Basically, I mean, it's going to be pretty similar to how we have this set up here. We just need to put our sink, and actually, honestly, we can compact this. The sink can go there. This can go here. I need to set up the dirt. Oh, not there. Dirt goes there. I do need those ancient spores. I need another one. Bam, ancient spores. Let's get a barrel. I have a wooden barrel, which will be fine for this. We have a wooden barrel, and then we're just going to have... So we need two things. We're going to have to set up the fluid pipe with my morphing tool. Okay, so go ahead and create witch water, just as you were. So we're going to need to import sand and export... This isn't very compact now, is it? Also, break that. Maybe setting it next to this wasn't a smart idea. I could have put it here, and I could put a thing on each side. Because now I mean, it'll work. I can have, I can have one here, one here. It just doesn't look nice. Either way, it's not going to look really nice, though, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. So let's go ahead and do this and this, except not you and not you. We're going to need an importer. Taught the system how to make those, and an exporter. So we're going to say here is, okay, export sand. Sand. So you're going to export sand. Bam. And you're going to quickly create soul sand. It's immediate. And then soul sand, or not soul sand, importer. You're going to import soul sand. However, before you do that, let's get a chest set up, or a drawer. Craft us a drawer, and then at drawer, we need a storage upgrade, and then I need a drawer, and then I need a void upgrade. I did not teach the system how to make these upgrade templates. That is something I need to do. It used the drawer I just created. I was wondering what was going on, but it was in my inventory, so I was like, we're going to be okay. Nope. Okay, so what we're going to do is before we hook up this importer, we're going to take this oak drawer, set it here. We're going to put soul sand into it. We are going to put our upgrades. Bam, bam, and get our key, which is probably in here. Lock it up. And then place this guy. This guy can go here. That's fine. So then we can hook up our importer. That way, soul sand is all going into here, and we don't have to worry about overflow. Yeah, and there we go. Witch water, soul sand, easy peasy. And we could even set up the same thing for slime. We just need to put mushrooms into this, and we could have a importer for slime if needed. If we need that much slime, we'll see. But yeah, that is the automation process for witch water. I did not know that was going to work. I did not test it out in between episodes, so I'm glad that it worked out for us. We have soul sand being produced, which now means I can auto sieve soul sand to get us gas tiers and all that stuff. I'll let our, stock of it build up a little bit, but yeah, I'm satisfied with that. So let's go ahead and put all this junk away. You go in here, you go here, you go here, here. This pebble can go away. Bam. And you go back there. Okay, so now we have witch water, which allows us to make slime. So if we get our mushrooms, I wish I would have known this. Oh, look, there, our levels just showed back up, 27 levels. See, I told you. It was just, I don't know what was going on. It's just bugged. Let's get a hopper. Hopper, over here, and then I can't get a hopper to the bottom to actually access the output on this, so I guess get a pipe into a chest real quick. I just want to automate this so we can get some slime. A chest. That was not the right spot. And my item pipe. And my morphing tool. Okay. Bam. Slime being produced. So let's get mushrooms. Let's just make a stack of those. Dump all those in there. Bam. So now we got mushrooms being produced. Oh, we're just going to get a slime. Then that way we have slime on hand for when we need it to make all of our stuff, which, yeah, we're going to need it. Also, real quick tip, if you did not know, industrial foregoing machines, because there's no wrench, I don't believe, for industrial foregoing. Yeah. There's no way to rotate these machines inside of industrial foregoing itself. And when you place these blocks, they do have directionality. So like the latex production machines here, they do have to face this block. The refined storage wrench does rotate them. So you can, rotate them to where they need to be. Just a little handy trick that I have found while playing through. So yeah, anyway, that being said, that is the wrapping up point for this episode. I know not a whole lot happened. It was mostly spent on updating you guys on what I've done in the interim here. But next episode, our goal is to get into the nether. I want to start working on, the reason I started working on slime is because I want to start working on getting armor. We need to get some enchanted armor. In order to do so, though, we're going to need books. And to make books, we need slime. You need some kind of slime, and then in Tinker's Construct patterns, which are pretty cheap to make, and then just some paper, and we can get books. So in between episodes, I'm going to teach the system how to make this break down this slime and all that stuff so we can get books, so we can start getting bookshelves, so we can start getting armor and enchanting it. We'll be easily able to jump straight to netherite armor. I don't think we have the ability to get other armor just yet. I do have some aluminium and some unobtainium, but that's like very, very, very few. If we go to our auto sieves, I did put netherite meshes in all of these so that they're getting their max, max things that they're supposed to get. But yeah, aluminium and all that stuff is slow. Where is my? It's in this one. I want to just get these this aluminium and unobtainium into our exporter. Oh, and I used one of those elite exporters in here, by the way. Get those in there so that they can, start doing their thing over time. But if we look at ingot, we have 2 adamantium. That's it. So we cannot create armor from this. We cannot really do a whole lot for this with this yet. But look at that. Adamantium chestplate, 200 armor. That is ridiculous. 125% knockback, like protection. That's ridiculous. Like, holy cow. That's a lot of freaking armor. So yeah, once we get to that, we will be making adamantium armor. I mean, why the freaking heck not? But it's going to be a while before we can actually get to that point. So I'm not, you know, we're going to go with netherite armor and then work on getting enchanting going. So we can get to the nether so we can start automating even more stuff, because that's my favorite thing, automating. Y'all know that's what I do, is automate all the things as best I can, at least. So yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.